Uh,
Good to see you, Swami.
mm.
Uh,
So, how you were, what kind of chemical things were happening these days, these 2 days?
uh, these 2 days,
Just tell the truth,
oh, so
no lies, only truth.
yes.
Mm.
Yes. You let me think. These 2 days, I felt I have mm, I wasn't behaving in the right way. That's why I think that day you got the phone, you were a bit angry. I said I wasn't behaving in the right way. That's why that day you got the phone and you were angry. And I decided that I will no longer live for myself, Swami. Because for myself, there's nothing to live for, Swami.
You don't know yourself, otherwise you would not have said this. You should have said you would not live for your conditioned and programmed mind, which is just moving in a vicious circle. You will not live according to your old habits. There is nothing like myself. Self is all, but there is no my in that. So why I cut the phone?
Because you already told me that you will be calling like maybe in 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Then I still went back to sleep. And then when you call, I was like in a sleepy state. And then my mom came to my room and asked me something. And I was like not paying attention to Swami, not being present. I think that was, mostly it's because I went to sleep, I think.
Why you went to sleep?
I don't know, Swami. I'm like, I really don't know. It's like not wanting to do anything, just want to have a rest.
You think you are doing something very great. It is just falling down to your lower instinct. If you want to bring some change, real change in your life, then you will have to break all those habits. And no one else can do that for you. You have earned that, so you have to remove that. I can only show you the way. So you will have to give up your lethargy, your laziness, your habit of procrastination. If you are not supporting in that, then no one can do anything. The whole day I had to do things. My body is no longer so young, and there are so many problems in the body because of my spinal injury. The bioelectricity is not moving in a way where you will have all the time abundant energy. So, and then there are, because of too much of physical work, exercises and all those things, there are many damages in the body. So now those things are becoming more and more obvious, so I cannot do things very quickly. There will be pain in the knee, there will be pain in the lower spine, and if I am moving up and down, I cannot. So the body will get tired quickly. Not that, and that is not tiredness. When you are young, you can just run 20 kilometers and you are tired, but then you recover also quickly. It will be some kind of, you have done something which the body is not strong enough to bear all those things. So it will show in some way that it will react in certain way, like there will be headache or there will be vomiting. So day before yesterday it was like a vomiting tendency, so it was going to happen. So I knew that now it will happen, because if I am coughing a lot, then the next thing will be vomiting. So I thought it will make me weak if I vomit. So I went to sleep, eating little bit, and then I went to sleep. Because it was because of the cold. And that I have acquired from my mother, because she had all those things. So before my birth, she had this cock's abdomen, and then when she was born, half of her body was totally cold. So she was put into what you call in the hospitals, there are you are put in ventilator or what, not ventilator, that in which your body is kept hot, lights are there all. So you don't have, the body is not creating enough heat. So those things are there present in my body also, because she had cock's abdomen and she was told not to have many more children. So she was concerned about herself, but she never thought that it will affect the child also, because everyone is just thinking, like you said, I should not think about myself. When you will know the self, then you will be doing always the right thing. But when you say myself, that is coming out of ignorance. We are not interested in removing our ignorance. We are only ruled by our emotions. So if things are not according to our liking, then we are pissed off. So why I cut the phone on that day? I cut the phone because while I was doing all those things, cleaning the cloth in washing machine, putting it on the top and then bringing it back, and also I put many others winter clothes, that which I have already used, but I have to use it few times more, because sweater and all those things you cannot wash every day. So when it is put in the hot sun, then it is all the bacteria, whatever will sweating bacteria, whatever is there, will be removed. It can be used again without washing it. So you cannot wash all the clothes. I am not so much obsessed with these things, because Either I have to clean or someone else has to clean. Anyone who has to clean is also a human being. No one wants to do too much work. It's not that you, and my washing machine is not like you put it everything and everything it comes out dry almost. If I have to use the dryer, then I have to put it in another after cleaning. So it takes more time. And the washing machine will not put the clothes on the roof. That I have to do on bring it back. So it takes time. And in winter you are using lot of clothes. But the focus was that I will sit in meditation with you. But your stupidity knows no bound. When you write that I have taken shower, eaten, it looks like as if you are taking it so casually. You have done all the important thing, now you have to just fart. And farting is your meditation. You should be called a farter. Like the motorcycle or the motor as a starter. So when you fart, you are in the movement. Even for your car to start, you need to fart. Huh? So you are the farter.
Yes, sorry.
So when I said you come after you wash your face and all those things, I may have given you a certain time. Then I saw you are talking and you are in such a state, such an insensitive state. And I thought, what is the point? So I said, just then talk. That shows how much you are in a tamasic state. Nothing will happen out of blue. If you want to get something, you will have to sacrifice something. You want everything. That is not possible. This is a way of a politician. That I want to please everyone. Then you will end up pleasing no one. It is as if I have to make effort even for you. You have earned all those things, so you have to remove. If you want this kind of life, people are living that kind of life. You can also live. But then your life will have no significance. It will be just like living only for the livelihood. Waiting for the Godot who never comes.
Yes, Swami.
Time is running away. If you want something, if you want to be just like a driftwood, or you want to be like a leaf which is moving in the strong wind from here to there, sometime it is in the water, sometime it is on the shade, sometime. So that kind of life if you want, people are living that kind of life, and then they are blaming the whole world for that. What you can do, you should do. What is not in your hand, you should not worry about that. When you have given someone time, forget the whole world. You have to be sincere. Even parents, when their children have to go to school, then they make all the effort. They will prepare them in every way, give them food, get up early in the morning, help them to take shower and calm them and everything. But they don't know anything beyond that. their responsibility ends at just making you a machine who will earn money. More than that, they don't know, that they don't even want you to do anything, because otherwise you will be out of their hand. They don't want you to be free. That is what my master said once about me, that he will be sitting in Buddha hall meditating. Some Zareen will come. Zareen was one of the members of inner circle. She used to give sannyas, a very fatty woman, though her face was very beautiful but very fatty. And she was just like you fall in love. She may have fallen in love with Osho, but they are so kind of sannyasi, lukewarm. So she will come and she will tap on my head or somewhere, and she will say, this is no meditation, you go to kitchen, there you are needed, cut vegetable. So my master said that she has never meditated in her life, so she doesn't know what meditation is. And those who are themselves in bondage, they don't want anyone to be free. So everyone is in bondage. Your parents, your family members, they are in bondage. So they don't like a man who is becoming free. That hurts their ego. That kind of person becomes a mirror in which their face is reflected. If he can become free, why can't I also become free? So the only thing is that you malign that person. You try to say you are good for nothing, you are just worthless, you are not doing your duty, you are not taking responsibilities. And Vivekananda used to say, duty is 4-letter dirty word. Scorching the very soul of the man, something like that. It's like when the sun is very hot in the midday, it burns you. In the same way, this duty burns you. Everyone says, your parent will say that we are doing our duty. There is no love anywhere. Everyone is doing duty. So it is all mechanical. When you love someone, then you don't say, I am doing my duty. You do it because you like it. But when you are doing your duty, that means you are being forced. Society has told you this is your duty. Others have told you this you have to do. So you are doing it. You are just being a prisoner. And when you are in prison, you want others also to be in the prison. You cannot tolerate a free man. Just today I was listening to a crime story. a man, name, maybe I may not be saying the name right words, right names, because names, what is in the name? So his name was something like Iftikhar or something. So the man was living in England, and he fell in lust with a woman there, because these things should be called lust, not love. So he fell in lust with a woman from Denmark, and he got married. Then after some time, he was from Pakistan, so when he came back to his home in Pakistan, his parents didn't like it. They said that this is totally against our tradition. You cannot do such thing. This is against our honor. So then they said that you will have to get married to a Muslim girl here. So he got married to a Muslim girl named Farzana. And he had a business in England, so he went back with her. And he told his earlier wife that this is the situation. My parents forced me to get married. So I have got married in Pakistan. So the woman said that she became angry, very angry, and then she filed for divorce, and they were divorced. Then he went to some other place. He changed his place, and he had 3 children with her, 3 daughters. So now there were 5 people in the family. And then he also became like, because once something is forced on you, you will become bitter. So then in his mind also, the bitterness was there, that he had got married to a Western woman, and now he was forced to get married to a Pakistani. So maybe inside he didn't like his. So he will now react in an unconscious way. So he started forcing on his daughters that you cannot wear Western clothes. You have to behave in a proper Muslim Islamic way. Because a person who is put into prison, he will also like others to be in prison. So he became very strict to them. Then he went to Pakistan, taking his daughters also with him, telling them that there is some marriage in the family. So you have all to come. And when he went there, he told his elder daughter that you have to get married here. She was maybe in her teenage, and she was studying in some good college, maybe in Cambridge, studying law. I don't know whether the law is taught in Cambridge or not, but where she was studying law. So she had no desire to get married. She was quite young, and she was totally adapted in Western ways, so she was not at all interested in getting married to an unknown person at this small age. So she just rebelled. She said, I am not going to get married. Then he He became very angry, but they could not force her. And it happened that after the marriage, they have to go back, but the girl, in the middle of the night, she had the habit to wake up in the night and she will drink water. So the water was there. She drank the water and then her throat started burning. So she was hospitalized and it was burned quite. It had damaged her throat a lot, so she was in hospital. But her parents had to go back to England because his business was there. So after some time, he kept his daughter there in the hospital in Pakistan, and he went with his whole family. Maybe after 1 month, his daughter has recovered little bit. So he said to her that now you come back, more treatment will happen in England. So she came, and from the airport she was shifted to the hospital there, and she recovered after some time there. Then she was a very good student, and her teachers used to love her. One of the teachers was very affectionate towards her, and she used to write very good poetry also. So after recovering, she started going back to her college, but she was not coming to the college for a few days. So one of the teacher, he went to her home and asked her parents that why she is not coming to the college. He said that she is out of the home for a few days, for about 1 week, and she has not come back. So he said that you went to police or not? He said that no, we didn't go to the police. So the teacher had some suspicion, so he went to the police station and he complained. Then the police came to their house, the house of parents, that what happened. So they said that she has gone and she has not come back for now it is about 1 week. So he said, then why you didn't complain? So they said that she has been doing this kind of thing few time also, back also she has done, and she always come back in 2-3 days. So the police said that he said that we had complained earlier and she was coming back all the time. So the police said that you give me the list when she disappeared and then came back, and where you complained, you give all the dates and everything and where you complained. So they gave the police all the details. So the police went to that particular police station and they inquired whether they had complained or not. So they had complained about it earlier, and she was like, first time she went, she was found in a park, and perhaps she came back on her own. Second time also she went with her sister, and after 1 or 2 days she came back. Third time when she went to the an orphanage, and she said that my parents beats me and they don't allow me to do anything. They don't give me any money, and they don't allow me to dress the way I want. They don't give me pocket money, anything. So, and they are beating me, so I don't want to stay there. So this orphanage, they asked the parent to come, and so then they talked, and there was a kind of settlement happened, some kind of understanding happened. So she was given back to them. So 3-4 times she had already disappeared, and she was always coming back. Now this time it was about 7 days, and she had not come back. And but her teachers and her colleagues, her fellow students, they liked her, so they pressurized the police that you have to find out what happened to her. So then the police became little more active, and they found in CCTV someone, and they went to, the girl was resembling to her, so they went to her parents, that is this your girl? So the parents said, yes, this is the girl. So the police were little relaxed. They thought that at least she is alive. So, and I forgot whether it was published in the newspaper or shown on the TV somewhere, that she was found on CCTV camera. But her teacher, he said, when he saw it, he said, this is not the girl. So then the police asked her colleagues also. They also refused. No, this is not the girl. So then they become suspicious. Why the parents are saying that this is their girl? So, and there was pressure also on them, that why you are not able to find out what happened to her. It was maybe 6 months now or something like that. So they put a recording device in their home, so that what her parents are talking, everything will be recorded, then they will be listening at the police station. So usually they were talking normal things, but one day the father said that in England, even if you have killed 40 people, the police cannot do anything until and unless they have a strong proof. If they arrest you, then the human rights people and all those will create so much noise, so they are not going to take any action until and unless they have solid proof. So now the police became little more suspicious. They were surprised also what they are talking. Then after a few days, maybe the husband was saying that if they found our car and they try to match the DNA, then maybe we will be in problem. Something like that he was saying to his wife. But the police were also afraid of that if they try to interfere more, then human rights will create more problem and the court will give them order or not. So they were just more little careless. And they were not able to solve it. Few years were passed. And I was thinking that only Indian police are lenient, but now I know that the British are in a very bad state. So many of their girls are being raped by these grooming gangs, Muslim grooming gangs, and they don't take any action because maybe they are given a lot of money to keep their mouths shut. And I think all those corruption in the Indian police happened because British were ruling this country for a long time. So they have learned everything. You have to just torture those people who are just helpless. But those who have money and power, they always find ways how to escape from laws. So nothing was solved so far, but after few years there was a stealing happened in their house, in the house of this man, Iftikhar or whatever was his name. So then when the news came, then there was lot of pressure on the police. At least they should solve this. They could not solve the problem of who killed their daughter, but who stole in their house. Otherwise they are totally worthless. So then the police became more alert and active. They wanted to solve this one. Then it was found that the stealing was planned by their second daughter. She managed this stealing. She told someone to steal in their house. So when she was brought into the police station and she was asked why you did it, she said that my parents don't allow me to live my life. They are forcing me to do things which I don't want. They don't allow me to dress in Western dresses. They don't allow me to keep my hair the way I want. And I have my desire which all young people have, all teenagers have, but I am forced not to do all those things. So that's why I asked this man to steal in my house, so that I will have some money with me which I can spend the way I want. The police said that you will be in jail for a long time. So you have one option. Now the police thought that she may be knowing something about how her daughter, her sister was killed. So the police said that if you help us in solving the murder of your sister, how it happened, who did it, then your punishment will become less. Because so she agreed, and she said that it was my parents who have killed her. So then they arrested, based on her words, they arrested both of their parents. They had no other proof other than this. But while I was listening to this story being told by crime reporter, what is his name? I'm forgetting again his name. Shams Tahir Khan. That why the police were so stupid. They should have, when he was saying that if they investigate our car and if the DNA is found, then we may be in the trouble, which they found in the recording which the man was saying to his wife. So, but the police didn't went to their car. They should have gone and found is there some trace of DNA in the car or not. But they never went, and in the story also he didn't say anything about it. And when this man was himself saying that in England, even if you have killed 40%, and if you have not strong proof, you cannot be imprisoned. So that shows that he has done something. They should have been very strict to this man. But now, based on his daughter's testimony, they arrested both the parents, and they arrested few of their family members, other people also, their relatives. But they were not in any way, they were all denying that we have not done it, and they had not much proof. So later on they were released in the court. They won the case, and so they were released. But after, maybe I am forgetting a little bit, but after the daughter was arrested, the mother, she went to the prison, the daughter, the second daughter. Her imprisonment was reduced, but she went to the prison. But after that, maybe the mother broke a little bit. She went to the police station herself, and she said that it is my husband who killed her. And he killed her because she was in love with some British boy, which she didn't like, and he wanted to marry her to some Muslim or some Pakistani, which she was not agreeing to. So he was very angry, and I was telling him, don't lose your anger so much. And he put a polythene on her mouth, and then he just killed her with his hands. And then it happened after these incident, after few years, there was a place, maybe this happened earlier. So after in a river which was very far away from her home, the river was flooded, so many things came with the river, and a dead body was also found in that river. Maybe it happened earlier. So because I am hearing so many things, so I don't remember everything exactly. And I listen only once, so after that I will listen other things. So the dead body was also found, and the dead body has become very puffed up because it had remained in the water for a very long time. So then the police went to their home because they wanted to find that whether the dead body was of a girl. So they wanted to find out whether this is her, this is the same girl or not. Safina or something was her name. So they said that we want your blood because we want to test DNA. So they gave their blood, and the DNA was matched. So, but I don't think after this incident the mother broke. She broke after her second daughter was arrested. So she went to the police station and she said that it is my husband who has done it. So, and she said that even when she went to Pakistan, he tried to kill her there also. The water which she drank, in that lot of phenyl was mixed. It was mixed by him because she was not agreeing to get married. So he knew that she has a habit of drinking water in the night time. So he mixed it phenyl in that water, and when she drank it, then her throat was just damaged. This he also told later in the story. So then I realized that, and then both the parents were arrested again, and they were imprisoned for 25 years. So while the story he was telling, he said that about 12 years they have already spent in the prison now. So they have to spend almost half the imprisonment is over. They still have to spend about 12-13 years more. So the whole story, and then later on they have declared in the honor of victim of honor killing. 14th of July is her birthday, so that is the day in the honor of those who are killed by their parents in protecting their honor, that they don't want their daughter or their son to get married to people of other religion or other caste. That is called honor killing. This is all ego killing. What is honor? If you love your sons and daughter, if they want to get married to someone, that is the person they like, and if the person is the right person, you should support them, whether he is of this religion or that religion, which is all irrelevant. If the choice is good, you should support them totally. If their choice is not good, you should tell them this is not the right choice, you will suffer. And even then, if they are stubborn, then that is their life. Why should you interfere? Once they have grown up, they should be given freedom. The police, when they had went to her house trying to search, when there were a lot of pressure on them to find out because why you are not able to solve this problem. So when they went into their house to search thoroughly. They thought that they may get some clue. So they found some poetry written by her, in which she has said that why there is a bondage of culture, why parents force their children to do things which they don't want, why religion always come in the way of freedom, why culture and all those things are up being like a wall. So she has written all those things in poetic way. So when it was published by some newspapers, and then people became, because in Western countries when they sympathize with you, when they feel that this person has been wrong, then they make lot of this, their support is more honest. So then the pressure was created on the police to solve the problem. So maybe because of her, because she was quite talented, and her teachers thought that she will be very successful later on in her career. So this is what happens when you are just ruled by your conditioning. The conditioning may be of religion, it may be of your environment, your culture, and you don't have any intelligence of your own. You live your life, you are just being his master's voice. Whatever you have to do, you are consulting always Bible or Gita. You are not seeing the present situation. And when we say that parents love, their love is so pure. They love like next to God. The mother is like God. This is the love. But it is so absurd, and it is a one of the biggest lie which everyone wants to keep hidden in the cupboard. The dirty lie, we want to just decorate it, this dead body. We decorate it with flowers and with perfumes. A person who is totally unconscious, a person who is not a good human being, a person who is not a conscious person, how can he be a very loving parent? He or she. But this is very ego fulfilling. My mother loves me very much. My father loves me very, very much. I am so great. I am being loved so much. If there is so much love in the world, from where rapes happen? Why rapes happen? Why all these violence and killing and all the wars which is happening? Who are doing these things? They are the product of rotten parents, unconscious parents, animalistic parents. Because their parents were not in love. While they were giving birth to the child, they were not in love, they were in lust. Perhaps the man was raping his wife. So out of this violent contact, how can there be a quality product? So, what you understood?
I think tradition and scriptures doesn't make a person a good person. It's always must be conscious.
So, just by saying these words, you will become conscious.
No, Swami, no. I must make effort to know myself.
How can you make effort when there is no real thirst? Where is the maturity? Just the greed to have even this badge on your shoulder will not make your energy move in one direction.
Then what will make?
What will make? Nothing will make. Only when you are matured enough. When your maturity has reached to a state where everything has become insignificant, has become meaningless, only your inner light matters. That no one can give you from outside. As long as you are giving too much importance to your dreams, which are all just dreams, figment of your imagination. Only when all your dreams are shattered and you know that these are all just taking you nowhere. You are like the girl Alice in the Wonderland. She was running very fast and she was not reaching anywhere. I was just listening to a very famous coaching teacher Vikas Divya Kirti. He was telling a story about Buddha's life, written by Maithili Sharan Gupt. He has written a book, I think, Yashodhara. Yashodhara was Buddha's wife. So, and it is a poetry book. So Yashodhara is talking with her friend that he has left home in the search of truth. I am not hurt because of that, but he left in the middle of the night like a thief. That hurts me. If he had asked me before leaving, I would have not refused. I would have cooperated. I am also a Kshatrani. I am also of the warrior class. I am not a weakling. I would have cooperated in this great journey. I can understand he has gone in the search of truth. I would not have created any hindrance, but he didn't trusted me. So when Buddha became enlightened and his light was spreading everywhere, anyone who was coming to him, they will just become his disciple. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. So, and when he became enlightened, he first gave sermons and first went to those 5 of his fellow sadhaks who had left him in the middle of their sadhana because they thought he has become corrupted. Because one day he had just become a skeleton, and in the middle of the night a girl came. She came to worship the god of tree. She was a worshipper of that tree. So that was full moon night, and when she saw Buddha under the tree, she thought, because she was an innocent village girl, she thought that this is the deity of the tree. The god of the tree has himself come, because his face was in the full moon night, he was looking effulgent, full of light. So she offered the kheer to him. So, and I think his fellow disciples, they were also sitting nearby. But they thought he will refuse the kheer. But Buddha ate it. He had realized that torturing the body is of no worth. It's worthless. He had just become a skeleton. So when he became enlightened, Buddha first went in search of those 5 of his fellow sadhaks. And he first shared with them. And then he became his fame spread like wildfire. And it reached to his father also, the news. And his father had known that anyone who was going to meet him will become his disciple. So he sent someone and he said, before you become his disciple, you just give him this information that your father wants you to come. He wants you to come to him. So the man, he became his disciple, but he's told that you visit your father, your parents. He wants to meet you. So Buddha said, if my father wants to meet me, I will just go. So he went in that place and he stayed in some dharmshala which is made for bhikshus there. So his father gave him the information, why you are my son, why you are staying there? You should stay in the palace. Buddha said that I am a Buddha, I am the Buddha. I may be you may be the father of my body, but I am the Buddha. So I will stay where I should stay. Then early in the morning he went for begging. So again his father sent the message, what you are doing? He said, this is how bhikshus should live. So that is what I am doing. Then he came to the palace and he met everyone there, but his wife was not there. So he asked his father, where is my wife? What? So his father said that your wife has said that if he wants to meet me, he will come. She was still keeping that grudge. So she was still angry with him that why he could not trust me. So he went to meet his wife and he said to her, Bhiksham Dehi, offer me this, what do you call it, this arm which you give to the bhikshus. So she gave him her son. So if you are asking me for something, this is the most valuable thing I have. I am giving it to you. So this was the quality of that woman. That whatever was her best, her heart throb, the dearest thing of her life, she offered him if he is asking. That should be offered. If you are offering something, there is another story in Upanishad about Nachiketa. So his father was donating his wealth to Brahmins and to other people who had come for that. Because people in India think that if you donate, if you give dhan, then your virtue increase and you will go to heaven. So he was giving mostly he was giving cows which were just old, they could not give much milk. So Nachiketa was just a small child. He was seeing all those things and he saw the cunningness of his father, the cleverness of his father. He said, what you are giving? These cows cannot even give milk. To whom you will give me? If you want to give something, you give me to someone. To whom you will give me? To whom you will offer me? And he said it many times. The father became very angry. He said, I am giving you to death, to the god of death, Yama. So the story is all allegorical, it is all symbolical. He went to Yama, that when my father has given me to the god of death, I will go to him. And it's a very beautiful story, but this is how Upanishads are told. So he stayed at Yama's door and they were not allowing him to enter into his kingdom, the god of death's kingdom. So he stayed there for 3 days and 3 nights without food and water. He said, until and unless I meet him, I will not go from here. So after 3 days and 3 nights, he was just a small 8-10 years child. The Yama melted and he said that I am very pleased. So what? what you want. I will give you 3 boons. So I think first he asked for his father should become a very big king, because he was desiring all those. That's why he was donating all those things. He should become very wealthy king. He should live a long life. Something like that he asked. That was his first boon. I may not be remembering exactly as. But his third boon, he asked that I want to know the secret of death. What is death? Yama said, you can ask anything. You can ask for the whole world. I will give you any wealth. You can ask for anything in the world. But this is not for you. You are just a small child. He became adamant. He said that I don't want anything else. I just want that, to know the secret of death. What is it? Yama tried to lure him in many ways. But the boy was really firm in his decision. So then finally Yama felt that this boy is very matured. He deserves to know it. So he reveals the whole secret. And that Upanishad is called Katho Upanishad, which is very wonderful Upanishad. And Osho has also spoken on that Upanishad. One of the greatest book on this earth, Katho Upanishad. This is a dialogue between the god of death and Nachiketa. So his father was giving old and almost dying cows in Dan, but Yashodhara gave her the most. There cannot be any greater treasure for a loving mother than her son. So when Buddha asked, give me alms, she offered her own son, and he became his disciple. Rahul was his disciple. He became enlightened also. So when I was listening to him, the tears started coming to my eyes. That these are the kind of women that used to happen. Then India was so great. Now everyone is so rotten. They have no guts. They are just eating, farting, shitting. They have become shitting box. And they still think they are so great. They want to compare themselves with Meera and Yashodhara. Because you can compare yourself with anyone. But to reach to such height, you need to live your life with real intensity. Like what Rosa Luxemburg said, you need to burn the torch of your life from both the ends. That is the kind of intensity that is needed. Otherwise, you are just a farting machine. Shit box. Huh? And the mind is the greatest shit box. You want to say something?
Nothing much to say, Swami.
Only you want to fart. That is your standing ovation. Huh? How was it?
Very good stories.
Are you going to stand? You're getting rotten, I think, these days.
A little.
Why a little? Why not totally?
Totally. Is it good to be rotten totally?
Anything total is good.
Yes.
Because when you are half-hearted in anything, then you will not suffer that much. Then you can delay it more and more. But that I don't mean that you have to become totally rotten. Get out of this rotten state.
Yes.
Am I very far away from knowing the self?
There's nothing like far away or far, very near. Just the change of direction. If you trust your mind, then you are very far away. That is the meaning of being a disciple. One who has stopped trusting his own mind, his or our own mind. And one who has understood that the mind will always lead you astray, because it is all collection from outside which you have collected in your unconsciousness and ignorance. So how it will lead you towards light? That is why in meditation you have to be a witness to your mind, so that you just become a witness. Once you have become the witness, the whole mind loses its strength on you. Then you are not part of the mind. You have transcended the mind. You have become separate from the mind. That one has to, it is a constant thing which you have to go on doing. Then trust is needed. If you are not trusting, if you think you are very wise, then you will remain an idiot. You have to stop believing in yourself. There are two types of people: those who believe in their own shitty mind and those who believe in some God sitting in the sky. Both are equally idiotic. If you are believing in your mind also, then also you are in a prison. If you are really a scientific person, then you will have to start doubting yourself also. Yourself means your mind, not this real self. Real self is your nature, your very nature, which you cannot, which you can never get rid of. Even whether you know it or not, it is always. Because how can the fire lose its power to burn? Then it will not remain fire. How can the water lose its power to wet things? That is its very nature. So you have to find out what is your real nature. That is the self. I can tell you in words, but that will not help you. What is your real nature? You need to have that much patience, that much inner discipline to find it out. Go on trying to find it out until you have really found it. But if you are vacillating, you are going in every direction, you will reach nowhere. Because you are all the time trusting you, believing your mind. Even trust is not even the right word. You are believing in your mind. And that is your misery. This is the limitation of the body. If you don't use it at the right time, then you will have nothing. your energy will be gone. You will not have that much energy, which will gather energy for your search, your inner search. So if you are not intelligent enough, that as you are growing old, your journey is getting over. You will not be able to know anything which is significant. So when you have realized that you are moving towards the grave, now don't waste your time in stupid thing. Dig at one place so that you can find the water one day. Everything else, you may have 10 credit cards, 20 credit cards. What difference it makes to your life? Your life will be same shitty. You will be just spending money in stupid things, and then you will have to just go on paying loans and debt. That will be your whole life, nothing else. So only don't get too much entangled in the world that you cannot come out. Do only those things which are really essential. Don't do things which are just non-essential, which only gives fulfillment to your ego, that you have 10 credit cards, you have this, that. Don't compare yourself with other fools. They are not in search of truth. They can do anything, whatever they want. But once you have understood, but this understanding is, if it is not yours, then you will be making the same mistakes again and again. You will not learn anything at all. No one can give you the understanding. One can only indicate. So you decide, either have two or have one,
Okay.
not more than two. And don't take too much credit.
Yes.
Otherwise, your interest rate will become increased. So you just, whatever you can pay within few days is all right.
Okay.
But don't, if you go on paying in 6 months, 1 year, the interest rate will go on increasing. It's just, they are not giving you anything free. The more you will take credit, the more they will ask money for you to return. So even if you are taking something on credit, pay it as quickly as you can.
Yes.
I'm the last person to teach about those things, but even these things I have to tell you. You're not liking, you must not be liking these things.
No, I appreciate the
Because you want to
advice.
live in fool's paradise.
No longer, Swami. I no longer want to live in dreams.
If you become a simple person, not a complex person, you will not have much monetary problem. Your 5 credit card is just worthless.
Yes.
You should consult a trustable friend or someone who knows all those things. You don't know much of these things. How to make good use of it so that you are benefited, not that the bank is getting benefit.
Okay.
So if you have a friend like who is an expert in those things, consult that. I was having 5 credit card. And you can say that this is not a good choice. So you consult someone, maybe your lawyer friend knows more than you.
Yes.
One needs to have more left brain. I think you are lacking in that also.
Yes, Swami.
Don't live by your whim and fancy, and just use your brain where it is needed. Where left brain is needed, use it. When you are dealing with economics, then you have to use your left brain. If you plan things in right way, then you will not have much problems.
Yes, Swami.
Don't listen to your mind, listen to your needs. Okay?
Okay, Swami.
Say thank you.
Thank you, Swami. Ah.
Okay.